Broadcasting live from the multiversal passage on the plane of presently New York, this is Tap Tap Concede. Welcome, everybody, to Tap Tap Concede. My name is Graham. Joining me is Nelson.
Hey, that's me.
And Cameron. Huh? And today, we're talking about, among other things, Spiders-Man. Spiders-Man. Well, actually, we don't know if Spiders-Man is in the set, but hopefully Spiders-Man.
What about Man-Spider?
Made the cut.
Graham just can't say Spider-Man. He's not capable. If he says Spider, then he says man.
Spiders-Man. Before we get into that, we want to remind you all, of course, that the show is brought to you by our friends over at Card Kingdom. Please check out cardkingdom.com/LRR. Get yourself some Spider-Man. Why not? Remember, they'll ship sealed product anywhere in the U.S., but they'll ship singles anywhere in the world, and very, very quickly, too. And you can also sell them your cards, which is a fine way to turn cards into different other cards. Mm-hmm. Also, want to shout out to Dragon Shield. You can use the code LRRMTG5 to get yourself a discount on anything that you buy on their store. And, of course, and most importantly, everything we do here at Loading Radio Run is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon or becoming a member on this YouTube channel for those watching and not listening. But if you are listening, hello.
Gideon wants you to join the Patreon.
Yeah. So we had our subathon. We had our subathon, and prior to that, just prior to that was San Diego Comic-Con. And obliged by the existence of Comic-Con, because they have to sort of schedule around stuff, Wizards was put in the very awkward position, and many people let them know that of previewing a whole bunch of Spider-Man cards on pre-release weekend for Edge of Eternities. And it felt a little overwhelming for some people.
Yeah. We've just released this new set that surprised many people by being extremely cool and good. But enough of that. Before you even get a chance to play with it, here's our tie-in.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering is a bit like a donut shop. You know, you walk in and you see this cool contraption making a bunch of donuts, getting they just have to put like the flour and the sugar in, and then it like
pops at the Krispy Kreme where you see the conveyor
exactly.
There's like the cascade of racing.
It's like extruding these like circular shapes, dropping them in the flour well, conveyor belt rolls them along, and then they get their various powders and sugars put on top at the end, and then the workers just have to collect them. But if you put the setting up too high where it's like pumping out too many donuts at once, then they kind of start falling off the conveyor belt, or like they get to the end and the worker can't put them all in the boxes, and then they're busy doing that, so you're waiting longer in line, and then the people in front of you are gone because you're like just looking at this scene of like donuts flying everywhere, and you don't even notice that it's time for you to make your order, and like you're okay, like I guess I'll stop worrying about that and just get the coffee and the donuts that I wanted, and the person behind the counter is like still smiling at you, and they're okay, and they're kind of like I think of like the person working the till not paying attention to this, to like the hopefully tons of new players are getting pulled in by this IP, but I'm playing myself in this analogy, and like the old heads are just like, man, it's pre-release weekend and you're dropping like half the set on me as a preview. Mm-hmm. Like the cracks are starting to kind of show, and as I look over at the machine, it's just like there's just like sugar like going everywhere, and like clearly they got to clean that up sometime soon before the rats get in. Like it's just
the strategic edifice is creaking.
The machine is like groaning under the weight of the however many sets per year. Apparently, at least 6, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm trying to be a good little consumer here and be excited for the thing that just came out and that I've almost gotten the privilege of paying for. But now I'm being instructed to be excited for something new and different, and it's all very confusing.
And I know, because I was checking, I wanted to make sure that I had as much information as they'd publicly shared about the Spider-Man set. So I was reading a whole bunch of the many, many answers on Mark Rosewater's Tumblr blog about this, and a lot of people repeatedly expressing dismay about exactly this. And he was very politely, but again, repeatedly just going like, if I had to paraphrase, it's, look, man, we don't control when Comic-Con happens.
But they do control when Edge of Eternities releases.
Yeah. I
mean,
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
internally they probably did see this coming.
Yeah.
And they were
Probably.
like, oh, and
Well,
then
this
and
is gonna
like
be awkward.
and they just, whether it was like they saw it coming far enough back that they're like, when are we releasing the set? So when is pre-release? Oh, that's the same weekend as Comic-Con. And they're just like, well, there's nothing we can do. We don't want to move it any closer to Final Fantasy, and we don't want to move it any later.
Yeah.
And we don't want to miss previewing at SCCC. But I think internally they probably decided, like, yeah, we're doing this ghost thing.
Yeah, I think of the conversation that you always imagine your professors having over lunch, where they're talking about like, well, what are you doing this weekend? Well, I'm grading midterms. Really? Me too. Wow, harsh, right? Like the entire department's like, yeah, I'm stuck at home grading midterms all weekend, and just being like, well, like I wonder what the downstream effect of that is going to be. That we're all grading midterms at the exact same time. God, students are lazy.
Yeah.
So the set itself, and again, this is the paper set because, of course, the Arena and Magic Online versions are the Through the Omen Paths.
Oh, right.
Non-Spider-Man variants. They didn't talk about that at all because they're like, no, this is Comic-Con. We don't want to confuse the crowd at Comic-Con. We're just showing off the Spider-Man stuff. Though it does make me think I cannot wait to see how some of these cards translate into not Spider-Man. But the set is smaller than the recent sets have been. It is because it was originally much smaller. It was originally on the scope of, for example, Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
And it seems like what happened was this is the knock-on effect of Aftermath did very badly.
Right. These like small pseudo sets.
Yeah, and so
perform.
It seems like you can do a secret layer.
Yeah.
Where you buy all the things and it's just a few.
Yeah.
And the Magic community is fine with that at this point.
Yeah.
Like we still have various feelings about the way Secret Layer has been handled in a bunch of different ways. We've talked about it already. But like you can do a 10 card set or a 5 card set.
Yeah.
And those are fine. And then if you're going to do more, the fewest you can do is 291.
Yeah.
Right?
Now,
or 4 commander decks with like 100 new cards. Something,
I'm not saying that that this is the lesson that Wizards took from March of Machines Aftermath, but I don't think, my opinion, that the size of the set, the sheer number of cards in the file, is why that product didn't do well. I think maybe it's among them, but I think there are many other much more important factors for why Aftermath didn't do well. And I'm not saying that Wizards went, oh, people don't like it because it's small, so we should make it bigger. However, this is the correction. Like we saw Assassin's Creed and the Beyond boosters, and they were selling them differently than Aftermath. And I have to assume that Spider-Man was originally going to be sort of like Assassin's Creed, where it's like, yeah, the boosters are smaller and there's fewer cards. That's the same thing. There's fewer cards per booster, and you can't really draft them, and it's just sort of like this. And then they went, that didn't do well, so we're going to up the number of cards, but not all the way to a full set. And that's what they're doing with this.
It's draftable, though, right? Like
it's
have a limited
draftable,
design?
but there are 5 draft archetypes instead of the usual 10. Well, there's 5 major archetypes. I'm sure there's other stuff you can try and do. And it is designed specifically for the new Pick 2 draft.
Oh. So we're going to be playing Pick 2 on Arena when it comes out,
I guess. I don't know. Because presumably, anyway, that's what Mark was saying, is that it's they tuned it for Pick 2 and there's only 5 archetypes. So like it's certainly a different draft experience.
Yeah, I was looking through the cards that have been spoiled, and the impression I got from it was that this is the entry-level product for this year. Like Foundations is going to be in print for 5 years, which I imagine has opened up a kind of like production window or a product window for a get butts in the seats set.
It's around that time of year.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so maybe they've decided that the introductory set every year is going to be a Universes Beyond kind of product. Maybe, I don't know. But one that will, have kind of a lighter weight rules focus, or a more streamlined draft experience, right? In order to get people playing.
So
not normally look at Magic cards.
do I infer then that you think that the cards look pretty straightforward?
They seem fairly straightforward.
Okay.
Like we saw the multiversal the
Pathway?
land.
Oh, the land,
multiversal
multiversal passage. It's a shock land for anything.
yeah. Exactly. It's a shock land for anything.
I see. A shock, not a duel,
Yes.
but it's like a shock. What's the best corollary? It's like usually at common you can get something like a Rupture Spire where it's tapped and then also costs another mana.
yes.
We have like Command Bridge right now, which is the same thing in EOE.
I should read this out for those who are listening. It's a land. It's gold. As this land enters, choose a basic land type. Then you may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped, and the land is the chosen type. So yeah, you just say I don't know, mountain, and then it's like, okay, do you want to pay 2 life? No. Well, congratulations, you have a tapped mountain.
Right.
If you do pay 2 life, you have an untapped mountain.
This is great though because
Correct.
it gets the land type, so it's good for your domain cards like that white enchantment that has just rotated out of standard, but still,
Yeah, you can't fetch
cool
this.
Right. It doesn't have the types, but then it has them in play.
Yeah,
or it in play.
This, and if you kind of examine the cards in the set from the perspective of like, maybe this is supposed to be an introductory product, I think a land like this makes a lot of sense.
For sure. Yeah.
In that it kind of like introduces players to a cost benefit like problem with like, is mana a resource? When do I want to like make these kinds of decisions?
This is also like a great lesson in hey, rare lands, are they better than common lands? Like, when would you want this to be better? Like, one of the first things you kind of encounter when you're playing, like I encountered in the early 90s when I was first playing Magic the Gathering, it's like, well, why would I want a Mox Jet instead of a Swamp, right? And so it's like there's this little puzzle of like, oh, I see. If it's in my opening hand, I can play it the same turn as my first Swamp and then play my Black Knight immediately. Okay, that's good. And then with this, it's like, well, wait, this is just worse than a mountain because it costs 2 life. It's like, yeah, if your deck is all mountains, this is worse than a mountain. But if you're playing like 3 or 4 colors in your draft deck, which you're probably not going to, but maybe even if you're just playing 2 colors, you've got the flexibility and then you get to decide whether that's worth the 2 life. But that's a cool puzzle for everybody to kind of encounter.
I think this is like a way to introduce new players to the concept of greed and big slops.
Nice.
Right? Like building ugly mana bases and not getting punished for it. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
The draft environment is supposedly designed primarily just for 2-color decks. So this is the card of greed.
I'm curious how we're going to feel about pick 2 because we did it for the Commander Legends sets, right? And Commander Masters maybe 2 or something.
Yeah.
Because we definitely just drafted Baldur's Gate recently.
a couple of weeks ago, we did pick 2 Foundations draft, and it was like, it was a gas leak kind of stream, right? The experience with pick 2 is that it's really fun. It's quick, like it is fast. Like if you are drafting with your convention winnings, you can open a lot of packs really quickly doing pick 2.
Nice.
And it's extremely punishing.
Okay,
If multiple people wind up in the same lane, oh, buddy, you are going to have 2 real bad decks.
Right, okay.
You can't, like, reading the signals and pivoting gets really, like, important.
Okay.
Right? Like, if a pack goes past and your archetype isn't in it, you're out multiple cards.
Right. So it's sort of like regular draft issues, but like cranked up, right? Like all the pitfalls of draft are cranked up.
Yeah, you can signal much harder, and then you wind up like in a game of chicken with if somebody is parked in your archetype.
Nice.
Interesting.
So I don't know if that's going to be a positive experience for new players, but I think opening more packs is probably like a fun part of the game.
Yeah, I guess like. Sorry, do you open more packs in pick 2 than you do in normal?
You just burn through.
You just go through the draft portion faster.
Yeah, you get through the draft portion a lot faster. You play your games. You build mediocre decks, and then you're like, kind of want to do that again. And I realize I'm really like parked on this idea that this set is aimed at new players, but I think de facto it will attract people who aren't currently Magic players into it.
I feel like you sort of have this, adding one more lane to the highway situation of picking two, where it's like the players are used to, like, I've seen plenty of times of feeling and experienced it myself. It's like, oh, I wish I could get this other card out of this pack too, right? And it's like, well, now you can. But then after you've done several pick two drafts or like a month of pick two drafts, you're going to hit one where you're like, oh, I really wish I could get a third pick out of this draft.
Yes.
It's sort of, you can offer that to the players in the hopes that they like enjoy their first experience being like, I could get both my favorite cards out of each pack. But then it's going to diminish, and eventually you're just going to be like, oh, I wish I could get this third pick is better than the next 6 cards that I saw or whatever.
Can I just pick every card I want out of the pack?
Yeah.
And
Conspiracy 3 win.
Yep. Yeah. Undefeated in 2025. And then what else? What was my other thought on this?
You mentioned that you like the sagas.
Yes. Yeah, I think the sagas really work, honestly.
Well, I haven't actually. I'll tell you what. I haven't actually seen. I mean, I'm aware. I've seen the cards. I sort of like saw them again. This was pre-release weekend. I was busy. I've been trying to play Edge of Eternities. I was just sort of like, oh, it's cool. It's Spider-Man. So I haven't actually like scrutinized any of the cards.
Oh yeah, me neither.
I'd be happy to take a look.
Yeah, James, we maybe look at like Craven's Last Hunt. I think. There we go.
Oh, cool. So this, I assume, is like a showcase.
It is. This is the
variant of it. All right, cool. So 3 and a green for a 3-chapter saga. Chapter 1, mill 5 cards. When you do, the saga deals damage equal to the greatest power among creatures in your graveyard to target creature. Cool. So probably removal unless you big whiffs on milling 5.
It can be any card in your graveyard too.
Oh, that's true.
Right? So you could still whiff.
You could have a creature there already.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chapter 2, target creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And then Chapter 3, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
Okay.
Neat.
Actually, brief rules question here.
Yeah.
Just occurring to me. You activate the first panel, first issue, first chapter of this, and you hit Ulamog.
Uh-huh. So you mean the one with the trigger?
The first Ulamog. Yeah.
Right. Mill 5 cards when you do this saga. So it's got this reflexive when you do.
Like Ulamog's shuffle ability would go on the stack. I guess the question is, does this resolve before that does?
Yeah, that is a good question. So I think
or doesn't
milling the
necessarily
Ulamog, I think you get to pick. I could be wrong. So judges, hit me up in the YouTube comments.
Generate discourse.
But I think what happens is this reflexive trigger, mill 5 cards when you do, so that won't skip on the stack after this is done. This saga deals damage equal to the greatest power among creature cards in your graveyard, target creature. So it's like the chapter ability resolves, you mill 5 cards. Ulamog says, hey, you milled me, shuffle your graveyard back into your library. And Craven's Last Hunt said, hey, you milled 5 cards. Deal damage to something, right? And so then I think you get the choice of what order to put this on the stack.
Okay.
So
cool.
Should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, the ability goes on the stack, right? Like, you had instant speed reanimation to hit that kind of, like...
Oh, yeah, the Ulamog trigger goes on the stack. Same with... The first 3 Eldrazi Titans, yeah.
But to go back to the original point, I think this treatment kind of works. Honestly, I like this. I'm not a Spider-Man guy. I'm not a big comic book guy.
Neither am I.
This treatment is clever.
That's why I'm curious here. Are we seeing this is Craven's Last Hunt?
Yeah. What is the story we're telling?
Is Craven defeating Venom here and taking the symbiote?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening in the second panel?
It looks like first Craven beats up Venom, then Craven is wearing the Venom costume, and then we're at someone's grave.
Yeah, he's wearing the Venom costume at a grave, and then he's at a funeral. Is that meant to be like Eddie Brock's funeral, or did Craven die? I don't know this story.
I don't even know any of the
I
characters'
assume that
names.
this is actually drawn from like either an arc or an issue of the comic.
Yeah.
Right. Let us know in the comments below what happens during Craven's Last Hunt.
I do appreciate also, back on Multiversal Passage, even though it's not directly comic book art, like this is definitely like Magic the Gathering card art on the Multiversal Passage, that the passage itself, which I guess could be anywhere and on any plane, but on this version of the passage as it appears in New York, in Spider-Man's New York, that the passage looks like it's made of Kirby dots.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
which is the way that Jack Kirby would draw like cosmic power in the arts. It's like a very specific kind of. I don't know if we can see Multiversal Passage again. It's a very particular way that like a bunch of like black dot shapes are arranged.
Oh, okay.
It just really looks cool.
Weren't they actually like? Wasn't there a cosmic phenomenon that someone named Kirby dot?
Oh, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
as like a
reading that.
reference to it. Yeah,
In astronomy, like
Yeah, in cosmology, there's like, sometimes you see these things.
yeah,
Like,
Right.
What is that? And it's a Kirby dot.
neat.
nice.
So yeah, I mean, I guess James just throw some more Spider-Man cards.
Yeah,
out
I mean,
'cause
so
I-
far, a pretty great marriage of the comic books and the comic book treatment and Magic cards. Like, we'll give them some credit.
Actually, there was one card that I thought had kind of like an interesting, like I thought its art worked really well for what it was doing, which is Romantic Rendezvous.
Oh, okay.
James, could we have a look at that one? And this is just like the very Spider-Man one.
Oh yeah. It's Raimi's Spider-Man, the
the
Upside Down
Raimi
Kiss.
Spider-Man. Yeah. Yeah, we've all seen this, and it's like Temu brand Mary Jane and and Spider-Man, right?
Right.
This is definitely you cannot draw Kirsten Dunst.
Right.
I see.
Do not put Kirsten Dunst in this artwork.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
That was the art direction.
Yes. But I just like this because this is, your standard red, 1 in a red, sorcery, discard a card, draw 2 cards. But
There's like 400 of these now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought the same thing, but I did overhear Wheeler
right.
explaining this. This is templated slightly differently in that it is not as an additional cost to cast it, discard a card.
so
Right.
So
So
if
that
you
is a
have
point.
if you have no cards in hand, you just draw 2 cards.
Relevant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So unlike Tormenting Voice or whatever, where you have to discard. So this is cool.
That actually contributes to the vibe of the card then. Because you can see Spider-Man has brought chocolates and flowers to Mary Jane.
And is just dumping them all.
Yeah, and they're all falling out of the thing.
Yeah.
But he's getting something better. Right? Like he's discarding the flowers and candy.
Yeah. Oh, I like
But
that.
Mary Jane MJ's gonna kiss him.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? And I think I don't know, that's just kind of good storytelling,
yeah.
I feel.
Sure.
Right?
Hey.
Like I've never really gotten the vibe of how these cards are supposed to work when we've seen like, Pia and Chandra reunited.
Right. Yeah. What is it about this that's discarding 2 cards and then drawing 3 cards, or what is it about the thrill of possibility that's drawing 2 cards after you've paid 1 discarded card?
Right. But this makes sense to me. I
Yeah.
get it now.
All right. Yeah, I dig it.
And with that templating, he didn't need to bring anything.
Man, that's true.
He didn't need to bring
That's
anything.
Sure. You can just show up.
Yeah,
Classic
Just happy to see
MJ
you.
quote in the flavor text there. It's a good one. Face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot.
He didn't need to bring flowers and candy.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that. I will say from my cursory just sort of seeing the various spoilers pass in front of my eyes, and I believe that this is a artifact of increasing the set size. Is that there's so many Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And not just like all the like, it's okay, we need more cards. Great. Okay, get all the multiversals in here, all the ones from like the animated movies, like
John Mulaney.
Spider-Man Noir and
Yeah.
Right.
Peter Porker and all that. But also there's just so many like variants of just like Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
There's like at least 3, I think. Like there's one that's a double face card, and there's one so here's Peter Parker, 1 in a white for a 0/1 human, and then when Peter enters, you make a 2/1 green spider with reach, and then you can pay 1 green, white, blue to transform Peter Parker as a sorcery, and then he transforms into Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
A 4/4 with vigilance and reach. Each legendary spell you cast that is 1 or more colors has web slinging for green, white, blue. Also, I just realized this is a modal double face card. So you can play Peter Parker and then pay to transform him, or you can just cast Amazing Spider-Man for 1 and a what's
Band.
this?
Yeah.
Band. 1 and a band. Yeah.
Neat.
Huh. I actually didn't realize this was modal.
That's
I noticed that when I was looking through these.
That's truly horrible. Sorry. The card's great. I mean, I love all the reach. I was like hoping we'd get into seeing some creatures with reach, as I'm a fan of spiders in Magic the Gathering, even though I'm not historically a huge fan of like Spider-Man.
This was another Blogatog question. Someone was like, how come there's so many Spider-Men that don't have reach? And Mark was like, look, only so many creatures can have reach.
Right. In Magic, we want the flying creatures to get to connect sometimes. That's totally fair. But yeah, I'm glad there's some Spider-Men have reach. That's great. They put Transform as an activated ability on one side of a modal double face card.
Yep.
And I think that's a first. I really don't like it.
Yeah, like this is
Reasonable.
Yeah.
I
Everything else about the card's great.
again, this feels to me like something that is aimed at new players to be as unconfusing as possible, or to be as accessible as possible.
Okay.
And then it just winds up having a lot more words that are confusing on it.
Right.
Or
Also, knock-on effect of
Superfluous.
like kind of irking the old heads, I suppose.
Yeah.
Where it would just be like, what do you mean? Why are you putting Transform on my modal dual face card? That's weird. I don't know.
So-
It's not that it's really that big a rules headache or anything, though. It just kind of gives me the ick.
So what other, James, what other Spider-Mans of just like normal Spider-Man are there? Because I know that there's at least 2.
So
Because there's the one that they previewed
we
ages
also
ago.
have Spectacular Spider-Man.
Right, Spectacular Spider-Man. So that was Amazing Spider-Man. This is Spectacular Spider-Man.
Okay.
1 and a white for a 3/2 with Flash. Oh, hang on. No, nothing. I'll come back to it. And for 1 mana, Spectacular Spider-Man gains flying until end of turn. And for 1 mana and sacrifice Spectacular Spider-Man, creatures you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn.
Okay.
Was there a period of time where, or a different, an alternate story where Flash Thompson was Spider-Man? Is that what this is referencing? Am I making? I know Flash Thompson is he's a guy from the Spider-Man stories.
We're asking you specifically in the YouTube.
Is
comments this question.
that why this one has Flash, or is it just like Spider-Man's here? Surprise! And then he also sacrifices himself to, I don't know, save a train full of people, I guess, probably is what's going on here flavorfully.
I mean, a 3/2 for 2 ain't bad.
Yeah.
No,
We're
with
gonna have to
Flash,
watch
yeah.
out for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Nope.
Yeah, new Nephalia Sea Kite just dropped.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff.
And then there's Spider-Man Web Slinger.
Okay.
And this is common?
You can't really tell.
I
The
think it's
scan is
common.
bad.
Yeah. 2 and a white for a 3/3 with web slinging for white. And web slinging, we get reminder text now. You may cast the spell for white if you also return a tapped creature you control to its owner's hand.
Okay, so a bit like ninjutsu. But
Yeah.
you're casting the spell.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's doesn't change timing.
Right. Okay, so maybe not that much like ninjutsu. Just an alternate cost.
Yeah.
So you
So
bounce
tap
a
your
tapped
tap
creature.
your Avacyn's Pilgrim, float a white mana,
Yeah.
play a 3/3, return your Avacyn's Pilgrim.
Right.
The Giga Brain move.
No, that's nice.
Okay.
Good with ETB effects, obviously. You know,
Worst case, a
rebind.
3/3 for 3.
Right. Maybe this one is common. There's not a lot going on with this card.
I think it is.
That's common.
It is? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Huh. All right.
Common legend.
There's Spider-Man Brooklyn Visionary.
So that's Miles Morales.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then, I mean, there's Iron Spider, which I guess is Peter Parker.
Yeah.
It says that there too. So yeah, this is Iron Spider Stark upgrade. 3 mana for a 2/3 artifact creature spider hero. Colorless too, which is I was like artifact makes sense. I'm surprised it's not like a colored artifact. But,
Right.
so 2/3 with vigilance for 3. I'm in. Tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact, creature, and or vehicle you control. Holy moly. And for 2 mana, and remove 2 +1/+1 counters from among artifacts you control. Draw a card.
See, again, I think this is another like very intro flavored card. You attack with it has vigilance, then you tap, buff your team,
Yeah.
right?
Strong.
Now this is Peter, but if I recall correctly, there's an alternate variant art of this one that is MJ in the Stark
I think
Industries
I saw
suit.
someone paste that on Blue Sky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they shown that, James?
If they have, it's not on Scryfall.
Huh.
There's only I only see this.
I swear I saw that. I don't.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
and I don't think it was an altar.
I'm prepared to back you up on that.
All
one.
right,
I saw
cool.
that one too.
I mean, yeah, keep throwing the Spider-Man at us, I guess.
That's it for
Peter Parker.
For Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So do you want some non-Peter Parker
Sure.
Spider-Mans?
Why not?
Here you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
Miles
that's
Morales. Okay, so this is also a double-faced modal card that has a transform ability.
Right. Okay.
So 1 and a green for a 1/2. When Miles Morales enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Okay. Cool. And then for 3 and a Naya, so 6 mana, transform Miles Morales into Ultimate Spider-Man, who also you could just cast for 3 and a Naya. 4/3 first strike haste with camouflage. For 2, put a +1/+1 counter on Ultimate Spider-Man. He gains hexproof and becomes colorless until end of turn. And whenever you attack, double the number of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary creature you control.
Yeah. Again, I think this, like, you play your Llanowar Elf, you play Miles Morales, you put a counter on each of them, and then when you transform Miles Morales into Ultimate Spider-Man, you get to learn that he keeps the counter, right?
Right.
Yep.
That's true.
Okay. Neat.
Also, realizing that there may be like a convention in how Spider-Man is drawn, but are we always staring up Spider-Man's paunch?
Right?
Yep.
That's the only way that we can ever see
Yeah,
it.
he always does this jumpy
Yeah.
leg thing.
Yeah, okay.
There's
Yeah,
a-
he always does. Yeah,
The camera has to
Trinity
stay
jump.
below his knees
Right.
at all times.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll get used to that.
Yeah. You won't have long to wait. I'm sure by the time the pre-release happens, we'll be seeing the next set.
Avatar. All right. Spider Ham.
Okay, here we go.
Peter Porker. Why that way, not Peter Porker Spider Ham? Oh, well, whatever. 1 and a green for a 2/2 Spider Boar hero. When Spider Ham enters, make a food. And then Animal Mayhem. Other, bear with me, other spiders, boars, bats, bears, lizards, cats, dogs, frogs, jackals, lizards, mice, otters, rabbits, raccoons, rats, squirrels, turtles, and wolves you control get +1/+1.
Can you take that one more time?
Spiders, boars, bats, bears, birds, cats, dogs, frogs, jackals, lizards, mice, otters, rabbits, raccoons, rats, squirrels, turtles, and wolves.
Can you sing it to the Mexican hat dance, please?
That was better. I actually think you missed birds in the first try.
Oh, no.
And also, no hounds?
I'd believe it. Well, hounds are gone now. Now it's
Oh, now it's all dogs?
All hounds are now dogs. Oh. Yeah.
What are the green Bloomborough groups? Frogs? Frogs are on there.
Frogs. I think this covers everything from Bloomborough.
Possibly
I think this is just
Bloomborough, yeah.
any of the
Frogs, raccoons.
I think this
squirrels,
is any real world
and bunnies.
non-sapient animal that exists on normal Earth that
Right.
also is a magic subtype.
Yeah, this
Right,
does
but no
give
badgers.
it gives you rabbits, raccoons, frogs, and rabbits, raccoons, frogs, and mice. Is that the other one?
Yep, and
Or-
lizards. The Bloomborough
Yeah.
ones were also lizards and squirrels.
right, squirrels.
and-
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Rabbits, raccoons, squirrels, and frogs. Those 4 are like the green aligned creatures from Bloomborough. So, like, I don't know, maybe this is a standard card.
Yeah.
And it makes a food that you can forage away. Like, this might be a secret green black squirrels card.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, a couple observations also. This is clearly from some sort of panorama art variant that we're looking at here.
Correct.
Where it appears that Peter Porker is attacking both Kraven the Hunter and Carnage
Right.
at the same time.
Yep.
And I cannot tell who is in the foreground, but there's like the white Carnage symbiote or the white Venom, Anti-Venom. That's who it is. Anti-Venom and a like a young girl Doc Ock. There's so much soup.
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
so
there's a
much
lot going
Spider-Man
on behind the text box here.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder what the full art looks like. I did observe after this one was spoiled. I did observe on Blue Sky that I'm like, boy, I can't wait to see the Through the Omen Paths version to see what they do for universes
yeah.
be in or universes
Be in.
universes
I love
be
it.
in.
I love that.
Universes within
Yeah.
for a spider boar hero.
Yep.
Oh, this is going to be such an unhappy looking dude.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought too. I can't remember who it was, but someone was like, "Well, we just came off of Bloomborough where they had all those duo cards,
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah.
So
This might have two people in it.
I'd like to see. I want to see a heroic because it's going to be a hero as well. I want to see a legendary pigman riding a spider.
Nice.
I want to see a pigman
Maybe that's
with
what
a
we'll get.
spider. Maybe that
Yeah,
seems like a
that's
good way to
straight out
do
of
it.
like a Minecraft card. I
Yes.
think, at that
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
Yeah.
Spider jockey. There you go. That's a thing in the game.
Yep.
They call them spider jockey. All right. Who else do we have? It's Nicolas Cage, Spider-Man Noir. I think this has to be from the same art, right? The same
Yes.
Panorama.
This is
Yeah.
all
big panorama.
Yeah.
We
And
got Vulture there.
I'm also skipping anything that's not Spider-Man right now.
Lizard. All right. So Spider-Man Noir, 4 and a black for a 4/4 with Menace. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, because he's so alone, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then surveil X, where X is the number of counters. Cool. All right. Nice. Seems like a perfectly reasonable card. Spider-Man 2099, blue-red for a 2/3. With From the Future. You can't cast Spider-Man 2099 during your first, second, or third turns of the game.
Okay.
Double strike and vigilance. And at the beginning of your end step, if you played a land or cast a spell this turn from anywhere other than your hand, Spider-Man 2099 deals damage equal to his power to any target.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, okay. So it
Double strike vigilance for 2 mana on a 2/3.
yeah.
Just don't like the you can't cast this on these turns
Yeah.
as just like a piece of design.
No, it's been coming around a bunch lately. What was the other one we saw?
There was a Jace
Yeah.
with it.
That's right. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's from Time Spiral. This is the original Sarah Avenger.
Oh right.
But if you play a format with Aether Vial, you can still cheat it in on
yeah,
turn
yeah.
3
If
or
you're
whatever.
not casting it.
Yeah. You could reanimate it on turn 2.
Yep.
I don't know.
Dust off Apprentice Necromancer.
Yeah, I don't know. This card like deals a bunch of spare damage and really likes wearing swords. Is in blue red. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll see some cool things from Spider-Man 2099. It's a neat one.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, we
Because-
see Doc Ock in the
Yeah, and like the cheating it into play isn't even just like grumpy old man stuff, right? Like it seems to want to be in a deck that cheats things into play.
right. It also, it's like a somewhat aggressively statted 2-drop, so like those do start to lose value later in the game. But I don't know. Maybe casting it on turn 4 or later is still valid.
I'm trying to get my head around. It's not just that Spider-Man 2099 from the future here appears to be fighting like the oldest iteration of Doc Ock, but also that again behind the text box is like I am assuming Peter Porker's version of Mysterio because he looks like a cartoon.
Weird,
Right.
Mysterio.
Yeah, weird. All right, Spider Punk. I forgot about this one. 1 and a red for a 2/1 with Riot.
So this
Yeah.
comes in with a +1/+1 counter, or it gets haste,
Yeah.
right?
And other spiders you control have Riot. Spells and abilities can't be countered, and damage can't be prevented.
No, that's actually a pretty relevant card.
Everything's going as hard as possible.
Yeah, both spells can't be countered and damage can't be prevented. I don't know if we have another card that says all that.
I don't think so. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So
Yeah,
That's
the
sweet.
standard card.
yeah,
Yeah.
Neat. All right. More spiders. Symbiote Spider-Man. Now, this is Peter Parker again, I think.
okay,
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
wearing the Venom symbiote. And it's 2 and a Demir. So 2 and a blue or 2 and a black for a 2/4 symbiote spider hero. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Cool. Find new host for, again, 2 and a Demir. Exile this card from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains this card's other abilities. Activate only as a sorcery. So you get this, you do that stuff with it, it dies, and then you can find a new host where you exile this from your graveyard and another creature gets the combat damage look at stuff from your library ability, but not this ability.
Yeah.
That's neat.
What did we call this ability when it was on the Sultai cards in Tarkir Dragonstorm again?
Like,
That was just 3 sets ago, right? It was earlier this year. Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
We played these
harmonize.
Harmonize?
No?
No, that's
no.
the
That was
Teamer
the just-
cast another spell.
yeah.
That was the teamer one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. What the hell was
Not
it?
Delve.
It's not Scavenge.
Yeah.
It's like Scavenge.
It is like Scavenge.
That's the first thing I thought of.
James, are you cheating for us? We actually can't remember, lol. That's okay.
I played this constantly with that beast that gives +1/+1 in reach.
Right.
What set is it from?
the
sorry?
Tarkir Dragonstorm. It's the most recent Sultai ability.
Yeah. It was the one that you could exile it from your graveyard and you put a counter on a creature and it gains, like, if it was a trample creature, then it would, the creature that you do that to would get a counter and trample.
The problem is, I don't know if they made any that like hit standard or in any other format. I don't know if they made any Sultai cards with this ability that were particularly like playable and constructed.
Look up Champion of Busan.
Nice.
That's the 4/2 with trample that has this ability.
It was great in limited, kids, and now you've had to listen to us chat about it for 2
Yeah,
minutes.
it's
or
just like
whatever.
Starts with an R.
Oh, he's giving us clues.
Oh, he's going to make us work.
It's not reclaim. It's not regenerate.
Chat. This is going to cause you physical pain.
Right? Starts with an R. I wouldn't have thought it started with an R. I thought it started with like a D or an E.
Yo, that you sounded like you were going in the right direction there.
Yeah.
R-E.
R-E.
Recover,
Reduce.
recycle.
Yeah, exactly. Reuse.
It's not just regrow, because that's a whole other thing.
Recoup.
No. That'll be nice.
Renew.
Yeah, we weren't getting it.
Like a library book.
So yeah, this symbiote Spider-Man has a renew ability.
Right, Dusan, not Busan.
Well,
Train to Dusan.
also yeah, were none of these renew creatures any good? Like they were fine for limited.
They're
but
great and limited.
none of them
I
were like,
I think
play
they were
this.
just maybe not good.
I think
in
it's
your
another
commander deck,
example of
yeah.
like, we don't know if this ability is going to pop off or not. Let's be conservative with it.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, new renew ability just dropped on symbiote Spider-Man,
Wild.
and that one seems okay. Also, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a 3-mana 2/4.
It's nice to have cards that still do something when you accidentally mill them instead of other things.
Right.
All right, I think I got 2 more spider cards.
Okay.
Okay. Whoa.
Spider Rex Daring Dino.
Huh.
For it's a legendary colossal dreadmaw.
With ward.
It's 4
and
green
reach.
green for a 6/6 with reach and trample and ward 2.
Finally, Colossal Dreadmaw can be your commander.
But it's also Spider-Man somehow.
The frill makes it look like he has a blonde mohawk, which I guess is the point. This, you know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. His comics are silly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I'm the only one brave enough to make that claim.
No, yeah.
I think these might be for children.
Spider Rex. All right.
It's cute that he's still like, swinging around on a web. Man, the tensile strength of spider webs is incredible.
It is.
Right?
Like, I can't hate this.
No,
This is-
I can't. I don't hate it. I'm just like, I just think it's silly.
Yeah. I mean, there's
silly,
plenty of other
positive.
There's
Yeah.
plenty of in-use universe magic cards that are also dumb.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. This is silly, affectionate.
Yeah. Affectionate.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel towards this card.
There was, Penny Parker and Spider, right? That's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, the Mac.
The Mac, yeah, Spider, piloted by Penny.
Okay.
Is it awkward templating, but here we are. 3 white blue for a 4/4 with vigilance. When Spider enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Modified is back from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty.
Nice.
Equipment or as you control and counters are modifications.
Okay. So your renew cards will make other creatures modified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who didn't understand what I was saying, there's a mech that looks like a Spider-Man kind of, and it's named capital S, capital P, / lowercase d, lowercase r. So it's spider, but
I don't know. Yeah.
Sue Pong didn't read.
yeah. And so, and Penny Parker climbs inside it and pilots the mech. She was one of the the squad in the movie.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Thank you.
Right? Yeah.
Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
Now, do we know if we're getting Spiders Man? Do we know?
We must.
The whole set hasn't been previewed yet, right?
No,
Yeah.
just a lot of it, but
For those keeping score at home, Spiders Man is a sentient colony of spiders who operate with a collective consciousness and believe that they are Peter Parker. I don't recall exactly the lore of how that happened, but yeah, it's basically if you unzip the spider suit, it's just full of spiders.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're called Spiders Man. Big fan. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah, you're right, Cameron. These cards they all seem fine, but they're not like, whoa, that's so busted. It's just sort of
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is all
Or
reasonable.
wait, what does this do? It's confusing.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you try to keep in mind that this might be the aimed at intro players or aimed at newer players set, it does kind of make sense, right? There's some stuff going on. They all had words on them.
Yeah, I think these cards are made to make you think like, oh, well, I can just flop this and it's like a 2/4, and then it does stuff,
Right.
Which is mysterious to me, but seems to have powerful knock-on effects that I did not predict.
Right. Okay.
I am intrigued by this Magic card game and would like to know more.
Right.
We
Is
also
this
have
what playing Magic is like? Question mark.
I think I might be enjoying this feeling of learning what my cards do while playing the game.
we also have Ghost Spider,
Oh.
colloquially known as Spider Gwen, in the same way as Peter Parker and Miles Morales. It's Gwen Stacy in a transforming double face.
yeah, that was the next one I was going to pull.
Oh, nice. Here we go. Gwen Stacy.
Okay.
One in a red for 2-1. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
One in a red for 2-1. Human Performer Hero. When Gwen Stacy enters, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as you control this creature. Okay.
Yep.
I like the timing on that.
Okay.
And then for 2 and a Jeskai, transform Gwen Stacy, or simply pay 2 and a Jeskai to get Ghost Spider, which I had to look up the other day because I was like, I've never seen anyone refer to this character as anything other than Spider Gwen.
Right.
I did
yeah.
not realize that technically her like hero name is Ghost Spider, because having your secret identity's first name as part of your name would be bad.
Right.
That's just bad off.
Sure.
or
Yeah,
bad.
bad ops. Yeah, bad OPSEC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4/4 Flying Vigilance Haste. Dang. All right. Speedy Sarah Angel. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on Ghost Spider. Almost like the first half of the card set up the second half of the card.
Wow.
Also, remove 2 counters from Ghost Spider to exile the top card of your library, and you may play that card this turn.
Well, that's fun.
Neat. Okay. Very cool.
This is like certainly has the Canadian Highlander players thinking, is this playable? Right? It's sort of that interesting borderline of like, yeah, it's 5 mana, but you get a lot for it, and like you can include a 2-drop in your deck. That's like at least then it's a 2-drop that replaces itself.
Do you get to do any kind of shenanigans where like you can like put? I think that they fixed this so that you can't do stuff like this. But are there any effects that let you sort of like search for or put into play a 2-drop, and so you go, oh, this one, but I put in this side instead. Like you don't
right.
get to do that anymore,
I
do you?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's mostly fixed. That's a
Okay.
good question. I always had a hard time understanding that part of the rules. Like the
Yeah.
rule that like lets you cast entering when you find breaking or whatever. I remember reading about that tournament and then like going to the rules and be like, okay, I guess it works because they say it works.
Yep. Fair enough.
That do be how rules do.
Yeah, that's how rules do.
All right.
But yeah, this card's cool.
Yeah.
I got a couple more mythics to check out.
All right, lay 'em on us. Dr. Octopus Master Planner. 5. That's a pricey one. 5 blue-black for a 4/8. Okay, good. Yep, good. Other villains you control get +2/+2. Your maximum hand size is 8. At the beginning of your end step, if you have fewer than 8 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference.
It's actually not that much mana to pay for Jin Gataxius.
Yeah, wow. All right, I'm on board.
Yeah. What do we think of the comic book treatment? This is the first time seeing this. We saw the saga earlier.
Yeah, I
But
guess this is
on
what
a
it looks like
regular
on
permanent.
creatures.
Looks more like a regular Magic card. But
Yeah.
this is a permanent that sticks around, so you're going to look at this bunch.
Yeah, I'm
we
fine.
can get Doc Ock a suit that fits. I feel like menswear guy is gonna like
Yeah, Derek is
put
going to
this
pull
version
up.
of Doc Ock on blast.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's like the reason that it's hugging his belly so much is that it's not tailored to fit him, and he's got the
Yeah.
wrong buttons done up, and
Yeah.
you know.
Wearing the bottom button buttoned.
Yeah.
Man, the entire reason we stopped doing that is to prevent this from happening.
right.
So I think hero is a new subtype.
No, we had it in Final Fantasy.
And
Okay,
in
right.
Theros.
Oh, Theros.
Oh, right, of
Sure,
course.
okay.
Villain.
But villain.
Villain's
That's
new.
new. That's
Is it-
new.
What did we have in Doctor Who? I thought maybe we had villains in Doctor Who.
Maybe
No?
we did.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Villain might be new.
But yeah, I mean, like,
Symbiote, though.
Other villains you control get +2/+2. I think is a new line of text.
yeah, kind of like a half Elish Norn,
Yeah.
right? Like, sure, this guy comes down, buffs your team, you can swing out.
Doc Ock does kind
refill
of
your
feel
hand.
like a praetor, right? Like his other ability is sort of similar to Jin Gitaxias, right?
Yeah, there's something kind of
Or
like,
one of the Jin Gitaxias is
yeah,
does
something
like that.
rule breaking.
My
Yeah.
bad. We've had villains in one set before.
Correct.
Prior to this,
Was it Doctor Who or was it
No.
something else?
it was your favorite of mine, Unstable.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
The League of
oh, right, yeah,
whoever it was. League of the Sneak.
Sneak.
Was
yeah.
that them? Was that the villains? The light bulb?
I want to say so. It was the blue black,
Red Black.
red black.
Griselda Monster Masher is a zombie villain. And there's other villains. Oh, and Mario Kill is a human villain. Way back in Unstable.
Unstable ruled. Man, that was some good magic.
Yeah. Symbiote, though. That's a new one. And must be... I keep hammering on this, mostly because I just personally find it very funny. But, like, that's going to have to be maintained in the Omen Paths version of these
Yep.
cards. So what does an in-magic symbiote look like? Simic stuff, I guess? I don't know.
Or like Phyrexian stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we're now looking at Anti-Venom Horrifying Healer
Yeah.
for white. That's 5 white mana pips
Whoa,
for
whoa,
a
whoa, whoa, whoa.
5/5. As Anti-Venom enters, if he was cast, return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Okay.
If damage would be dealt to Anti-Venom, prevent that damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on him.
All right.
This is kind of like a opposite Phyrexian.
Vindicator?
Yeah.
What does that one do again? I forget. Is it like
It loses you the game. I
draw?
think
do you draw cards or
The
something?
one that was white.
The
the 4 black one.
yeah. So Phyrexian Obliterator
Yeah,
makes
Obliterator.
them sacrifice permanents.
Yeah.
But Phyrexian Vindicator is white. So it's one less mana than this, one less white pip for a 5/5 flying that says if damage would be dealt to it, prevent it. When damage is prevented, this creature deals that much damage to any target. So yeah, interesting and different. I don't know. The second ability is actually pretty similar to Vigor from Lorwyn, which is a 6 mana elemental invocation or something, or elemental incarnation that says if damage would be dealt to another creature you control. So you actually can burn Vigor, but other damage to creatures, other creatures gets prevented, and put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each one damage prevented this way. So that one's it's like a pre-set up Vigor plus a reanimation spell on a legendary 5 white pips 5/5. Weird card.
Weird.
Yeah.
A lot of words on that one.
Yeah,
Glad it's a mythic. You're not going to want to see it in draft too often.
Yeah, Universe's Being version of this. Like, Symbiote, I agree, would be like a Simic colored, or at least a Simic coated
Yeah.
creature type. But
Except
in
it's gotta
white.
be
It's gotta be
quad
mono
white.
It's got to be the whitest card.
Yeah.
And then the other one we saw is Demir.
Yeah.
So Anti-Venom is a good guy? Question mark?
Meow meow?
Doesn't look like they're very nice, but I infer that, well, I mean, Venom also is like kind of beloved anti-hero because like Venom obviously is super evil, but you know, he's no Carnage.
He's pure of heart.
I guess.
Eddie.
I don't know. I'm realizing how little despite the fact that I ostensibly grew up watching Spider-Man and watched all the movies, and I've never read the Spider-Man comics, but I became just vaguely. I lived with Matt for a few years, Wiggins for a few years, and he was reading the comics at the time, and so there's a lot of stuff I picked up from osmosis. But there's a lot I just don't know about Spider-Man. It seems
It's been around for like what, 60 years.
Yeah, there's a lot of Spider-Man to catch up on if you want to catch up on it. I am also similarly unfamiliar, but I have something of an idea of like how many volumes of Spider-Man comic you can read.
Don't hold your breath on any kind of here's all the Spider-Man cards explained video. At least not from me.
Yeah, somebody's
Make
gonna
Matt do it.
Yeah, make Matt. Yeah,
All right,
get
There we
Wiggins
go.
on the horn.
Easy. All right.
dear Matthew Wiggins.
Here you go. Last one.
Oh, yeah,
this
we
is
should
from
talk
that
about
movie.
this.
It's true.
So, the Soul Stone, a legendary artifact, Infinity Stone. For 1 and a black, it is indestructible. It taps to add a black. And for 6 and a black, and tap and exile a creature you control because you need a soul, harness the Soul Stone. And then there's this little infinity symbol that says, at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's if you've harnessed it. Harnessing the Soul Stone turns on the infinity ability, and the infinity ability is at the beginning of your upkeep, you just get to bring a creature back from your graveyard to the battlefield.
And they don't even have room for reminder text for that.
No, it's on other printings of the card, but not the the Thanos one that we're looking at here.
Oh, okay.
But you'll love this. Actually, wait, James, can we see the one with the reminder text?
Maybe not.
Can you?
This card seems
it's
kinda
definitely-
sweet. I
it's-
don't know.
Yeah, there were
Here,
3
yeah.
printings of this
Yeah,
that I saw.
I got it. I got
Okay, so here we go. So this is
okay.
the Soul Stone. Is that Death? No.
Is that Vulcan Baga art? Oh, nice. It's like
I can't remember whose hands those are.
They got the Mox treatment.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Congrats.
the reminder text, once harnessed, its infinity ability is active, it says here.
Sure.
But in case you know it back to front, have you seen the other art for this card?
No, I haven't seen any of these.
There you go.
Oh, lol. Okay.
yeah, that is
Textless.
my first alter kind of.
There's no text.
Yeah,
It doesn't even look like a black card. It's gold.
Yeah.
It's all,
Right.
luckily, I assume that this is going to be in such impossibly small numbers that your chances of actually encountering one that looks like this are practically nil.
I mean,
You open a pack, you go to pick 2, you're like, I don't know, I can't tell what this does, whatever.
Like, oh, there's.
I'll take
do we
Cam guy.
leave the token in?
yeah,
Right?
presumably these will only be available in the collector boosters,
Yeah,
and these will
right.
be not as limited as, say, serialized cards, but they will be. I think this thing will be pretty pricey, and then obviously we can just assume that over the course of the next couple of years, we will get the other ones in the
Yeah.
other Marvel sets.
They're not just
Yeah.
going to drop all of the Infinity Stones on us. By the way, Infinity Stone, I'm guessing that it's like Time Lord there as an artifact type, where it's 2 words, but it's 1 type.
So, I
Like, is
believe.
Stone now an artifact type?
I believe specifically. I have to confirm this, but I believe that Rosewater was asked that question specifically as it relates to Time Lord, because he was saying that he wishes that they'd hyphenated it so that it was just one word, so that because it is
Because subtypes are usually 1 word.
yeah, and it's not Time and Lord. Like Time and Lord are not separate subtypes. It is Time Lord, but it's 2 words. I mean, someone was asking about this, and I think he said that Infinity and Stone are separate.
Oh,
Things.
nice.
Now we have infinity type.
Nice. I'm okay with that. It's because it means we have Stone type.
Yeah,
Go get Rock.
Yeah, just become rock.
I'm looking forward to
This is my mono rock deck.
Yeah.
Yes, confirmed. Infinity and Stone are 2 separate subtypes.
Oh,
So we
neat.
can have different kinds of stones now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is just like I'm 5 all over.
Yeah, yeah.
Learning
We're getting
about different kinds of
drop
rocks.
the Rock and Gem set on us.
I look forward to seeing the next great the great errata redo where
Time Lord gets hyphenated.
well no but like like Arcane Signet is now like a stone. No, like Felwar Stone.
Yeah,
that should be a
Felwar
stone.
is now
Artifact
a stone. Yeah.
stone.
That should be a
And
stone.
now
Hell yeah.
all of the math people and the people who claim to be math people are going to tell us about all the different kinds of infinities. And they're going to be
Right.
like, well, this one has a different cardinality. And therefore my combo beats your combo. I'm just like, I hate You and this game.
I found another Spider-Man.
Oh,
One more Spider-Man before we go.
what? Spider-Man Peter Parker.
Spider-Man, comma Peter Parker.
But this one's not in the set.
Correct. This is from the welcome deck.
They love it. They
Okay.
just only want to hit us with like the names of things reversed from what they should be, right?
3 white, 4/4 with flying, and whenever you gain life, you put a counter on a creature you control, and it gains indestructible until end of turn.
Okay.
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 Again, they're from this one's from the welcome deck.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Like 30 card welcome deck.
This one's got a way better set symbol than the other set symbol. So congrats, welcome deck.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like they should have swapped.
Yeah. Just imagine if all our Magic cards got to look this cool. Instead, we've got to look at the weird little circle face.
I do. I love the intro deck. Is
you?
coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just drop the this is how we got into Magic again.
Mm-hmm. I think, did they say they were giving some of them away at Comic-Con?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wild.
Yeah, and then the idea is that you go into your LGS and they should have some, and that's
Already?
like they'll be not yet. No. But like closer to the release date, you go in for like new player weekends or whatever, and that's where you get the welcome decks. I tweeted, I was like, yo, I don't like for the next year, you should just be putting these in every swag bag of every Comic-Con in the world if you want like 1,000 million more people to play your game. Like truly, it seems like a no-brainer.
Can't wait to walk into YJ with a conspicuous giant fake mustache and try to convince Ed that I'm a new player. Hello, I've heard you have welcome decks for new players.
What is this Magic the Gathering I've heard so much
Yeah.
about?
Just put a comma after your name and add new player.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. It's me, Graham Stark.
I just came here for some Dungeons and Dragons, but what is this Magic the Gathering I see here? Oh, my goodness. All right,
yeah.
well, Spider-Man.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't love this being our standard set for this year. It feels weird, but like I don't know. The cards don't hurt me in any way.
No,
and I think some of them are kind of cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you drop 6 sets a year. You don't have to like all of them.
Yeah.
For some people, I'm sure they will like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, they certainly are holding an L on SDCC and Edge of Eternity's pre-release weekend being the same weekend, but probably also someone or some ones who work at WotC are paid to figure out that it's worth it. So whatever.
I'd honestly kind of already forgotten about it.
Sure.
Right. But like, yeah, these don't hurt me at all.
Nope. I imagine we'll be talking about more of them in future episodes. So tune in for that. But until then, I want to remind everybody that this show is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Check out cardkingdom.com/LRR. I don't think they have Spider-Man pre-orders up yet, but I'm sure they will soon. And Dragon Shield, use the code LRRMTG5 if you buy anything off of their site. And of course, everything that we do here is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun or by becoming a member on this YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Until next time, I have been Graham, joined by Nelson and Cameron. James has been on tech. Heather Guesties online. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.